Well, hello and welcome to another one of my Shogun 2 Total War Online battles. We're on the Lowlands map. I'm playing against Serb once again, and actually I've done this completely the wrong order in terms of events. I played this battle against Serb first. This is our first battle against each other, and I actually do lose this battle. Very close though and very enjoyable. And then the battle number 5 that will have been uploaded before this is a replay we played, a rematch, and I was able to beat him back in that. So this is, for me, this was a bit of a test build because I just unlocked this Matchlock Ashigaru and I thought I'd give it a go. And obviously I was with a different style Mon then, crazy yellow hats, green. And also, so hidden back here, I also had a unit of Yari Cavalry, but I wanted to try those matchlocks out, so I'd sacrifice some of my other units. In the centre, I have 2 units of Bow Samurai and 3 units of Bow Ashigaru, and then behind them I've got 4 units of Yari Ashigaru, behind them 3 units of Katana Samurai, so very similar to my previous build, just not as much cavalry. I've sacrificed 1 unit of cavalry for the Matchlock Samurai, not Samurai, Matchlock Ashigaru, and I have another unit of Yari Cavalry over here. So yeah, that's it. Serb has in front 5 units of Bow Ashigaru, behind them 4 units of Yari Ashigaru, and behind them 3 units of Lone Sword Ashigaru. He's got another unit of Yari Ashigaru behind his general, and over on his left flank he's got 2 units of Yari Cavalry and Lone Sword Ashigaru. Over on his right, another unit of Lone Sword Ashigaru, and again following that combination of 2 more units of Yari Cavalry. So he's outmatched me on the cavalry front here, which is why for my second rematch I decided not to bother with the Matchlock Ashigaru. I'd learned from my lesson there, don't bother with them, and I brought more cavalry to even up the odds, because I know he, from his previous one, he favoured a strong cavalry force. So he pushes up on the on my right flank with this Lone Sword Ashigaru, and I see that coming, so I try and get this unit of Yari, Bow Ashigaru, to fire on them. Out of that incurs the wrath of these 2 Yari Cavalry, which prompts me to charge forward with my own Yari Cav, pausing slightly though, which I don't know why actually. It's going to wedge, it seems, and then charging to his men, which start fleeing. My men instantly get the advantage, and chaos ensues as my Yari Ashigaru do charge in as well. Oh, sorry, there is a bit of fraps lag there. That is down to the portable hard drive I'm recording this to. But no kick, which is the important thing. So over here, I decided to bring my general across as well to support my men. And this unit of Yari Cavalry has successfully pushed back. That unit is routing and broken. And both units of Yari Cavalry, in fact the other one was probably caught by the Yari Ashigaru. He brings up his own Yari Ashigaru to counter mine, and I charge into his Lone Swords here to try and push them back and break their morale, which I should have done repeated charge and smashes, which is what I do here. Should have got them out of wedge, which I do. Well, can't remember this battle too much, but seems I was doing the right thing. He brings his unit of cavalry back, and I decide to charge forward with my Yari Ashigaru against his. They crash together there, but I really should have brought up more support. Some of my Katana Samurai would have done greatly, or even support from my general, because now my Yari are pretty much caught on their own. I charge again, once again in wedge formation, try and punch a hole through his Lone Sword Ashigaru. At this point I probably should have pulled the unit back, brought some Samurai across to help deal with that. I do manage to waver the Lone Sword, but I don't think it's enough for my cavalry, and they're quickly swamped by the Yari Ashigaru, who make quick work of my men. Over in the centre I've pushed up with my archers, and I've got enough to kind of meet him toe for toe on the archer front, and I've already pushed one of his units down to 17 men. By sort of just targeting individual units. The other ones have 33 and they're wavering. So I've got the archer supremacy there, but again, it'll show his technique in battle number 5 if you haven't already seen it. He'll be able to flank round with his superior numbers in cavalry if I'm not careful. Too late, I decided to bring up 2 units of Katana Samurai from my centre, and perfectly timed, as I move Yari Ashigaru out of the way to support my archers, he brings in his 2 units of Yari Cavalry. One does get severely beaten and broken,
but the other one makes it to my men and starts destroying my my strongest bow units, my Yari, my bow samurai even. He continues his charge along my bow line, and that really does the damage to me here and takes out my bow advantage that I had. Over here he's bringing his lone sword Ashigari to bear on my Yari Ashigari. A little bit of fraps laggage going on there because the portable hard drive I'm recording to, which is explained in battle number 5. And there it's back. Don't know why it does it. It does it every so often. It's just buffer speed, I think. Probably does it when it creates a new file, but at least it doesn't kick. So I bring up my Matchlock Ashigari, which I hope will be their proving ground here, and will prove their worth, and that I spent my Koku wisely. I think that's how you say it, the gold that's used in the game, the currency. If I haven't, do correct me in the comments. I have managed to beat the Lone Sword Ashigari on the right flank here with my superior Katana Samurai. They're wavering anyway, and he has no other units to back it up for now, although those Yari are reforming. So over here, he's charged straight into the ranks of my Matchlock Ashigari before they only managed to fire a round off. I wish I'd be able to show that as well. And yeah, their numbers beat mine. Mine are already weakened, and they storm through, and there goes my wasted points that I should have spent on cavalry. I do manage to bring some Yari cavalry I do have spare around to try and flank and beat the lone Ashigari, lone sword Ashigari even. I pull back my what's left of my archers to behind the remaining Yari Ashigari lines. At this point he's pushing across the river with his own units of Yari Ashigari, still keeping plenty of men in reserve, and he's done very well there. Over on my right, he's committed his Yari Ashigari to my 2 units of Katana Samurai, and a bit of a scrap going on here for who's going to make it. I just managed to break him there. However, Yari Cavalry return in force and do their damage, charging through my men. And while these men are broken, they are still there, and some of them will get caught up and fight. I do bring my general across and rally them to try and push back the Yari Cavalry, but obviously they're no replacement for Yari Ashigari. They do start wavering, however. In my centre, my Yari Ashigari have met with Serb's Yari Ashigari, and they are just about holding and managed to push his back. And my cavalry, defeating what's left of some of his lone sword, decided to move up and challenge his next unit. Seeing as that charge went so well. This one, initial charge, it's good. Breaks through their centre of their ranks, does quite a bit of damage to their men, but again I need to pull them out and repeat, but I'm hit immediately by this Yari Ashigari unit. And yay, crap lag! And they're able to target and finish off my Yari Cav quite easily. Fun times with fraps. Probably my external hard drive getting quite full actually, because it's not a massive one. So I probably need to empty it after this replay. My Katana Samurai heavily reduced in number as they are. I decided to push forward with them against his lone sword because obviously they are superior. I've got my General's Bodyguard to support them here, and I do have men reforming such as my Bashigaru and Bow Samurai, and I think at this point, I think I've still got a good chance. I do push forward with this unit of Katana Samurai, and I should have really just charged forward and try and take out their bows. Along with this Yari, I keep them there because I want them to kind of reform, but I'm caught off guard by this lone sword Ashigari, which hits this Yari Ashigari unit, which means I have to commit my my Katana Samurai into the fray straight away, which means he gets a perfect chance to charge him with his own Yari Ashigari, and that defeats my advance pushing across the river. Seeing that, I decided to try and catch him on his right flank. My General's Bodyguard firing a few bow shots off, and I decided to charge him with my remaining Katana Samurai. They is fierce, however he brings out his full General's Bodyguard and defeats one of my units quite easily, and obviously I'm outnumbered and he can charge into the ranks of mine. I can't afford to charge him with my General at this point really, so I hold back a little bit because I've only got 10 against his 30 and he will beat me seeing he's got his lone swords there. I turn on the fire arrows just in time and hope to maybe just get a lucky shot on his General. I have to pull back because they're advancing on me. In the centre I've lost all of my melee units now, the last of my Katana Samurai here, falling back and retreating.
So what remains are my bow units. However, he's able to charge in, and Tamashigari it seems. He's able to charge in with General's Bodyguard in their flanks, and that quickly sorts them out. They are pushed back for a little bit though, because they are taking more damage than I thought, and it's also because I've got this Yari Ashigari unit that I charge in with my General now. Not really sure why it's. I think it's because I think I can them off guard by charging with my Yari Ashigari as well. But in doing so, my general gets wounded and has to leave the battlefield, and also ensues a lot of fraps, laggage. So these guys pull back. Demon Horse, woo! And while that's all going on, he takes this opportunity to charge forward with his bow Ashigaru. The loss of my general cripples my men, remains of them, and they rout. So that was that battle. I don't think I got a screenshot of the results for this one, so I don't think I'll be able to put one up. But good game to Serb. Please do watch. This was the original battle we played against him where he beat me. So if you want to see the one where I turned the tables in a rematch against him, watch battle number 5, the one that came before this. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed. Please comment, rate and subscribe.